We all know you want to be the king of the Steam VR lobbies, but what bike should you be riding? Should you just always ride the 450 because it's the fastest? Or is there a world where the 125 could be the superior machine? In this new series, we're going to go track by track and compare every bike to see what you should be riding. You guys definitely need to stick around because there's some pretty interesting results at the end. Alright, what's up boys? We're on, I think it's called Drylands MX. I think this is a really good track for this series, or to start the series on, because I needed a track that was challenging enough, you know, that wasn't just super wide open where the 450s were gonna win, but wasn't too tight like club, where, you know, the 250 is gonna be, or the 125 will be supreme. So I think this is a good track to start the series on, and kind of an in between. Oh, I missed a shift there. I upshifted to fourth, and I shouldn't have, so that's going to hurt my time. But this is actually take 2 on the 125 for me. My first take, the audio was just so bad, I had to scrap the whole thing. The bike was so loud, I don't understand. I don't really understand why, but gotta love audio issues. Trying to put a heater in here, I usually want to send that, but on the 125 it's kind of hard, and usually use a lot of time there. I think this series is going to be pretty cool. I want to take 125s, 250s, 450s, and maybe, depending on the track, even pit bikes, and see what the lap time difference is. Are 450s really king on every track just because they're faster? Are 250s as good as everyone says? Or will we have some upsets? You know, I'm curious to see. I think it's cool to take, you know, the same person on the same day. Obviously, I'm the same skill level as myself, because that's how that works. Take the same person on the same day and see how they stack up on 125s, 250s, and 450s. I think it'll be interesting. I think we'll have some varied results. I don't think it'll be as cut and dry as we all think it's going to be. I don't necessarily think the 125 is going to win that many tracks, but I think it'll be something, you know, it's something different. I'm really curious to see how the 250 and the 450 compare, especially on a track like this. I think this track is a good intermediate track. It's not too wide open. It's not too technical. It's got a lot of both worlds there, and I think it's gonna kind of create some some closer lines than we thought. Okay, so I ran a 39.9. I think I can improve on that. I made some mistakes, and I think my line choices could be a little bit better. So we're gonna try. So I'm curious to see consistency. I'm also really curious to see ideal lap times, what ideals can look like. For those of you that don't know, ideals, it takes laps are split into 3 sectors. So it takes the 3 sectors, the best 3 sectors of all of your laps so far. So if you put an absolute burner down sector 1, sector 2 of the track, and then you crash sector 3, the ideal will only count the 2 burners. I don't know, I'm just curious to see these results. I don't think they're going to be as cut and dry as we all think they're going to be. I put an absolute burner in here today, right now. I made a couple mistakes, but pretty good lap. We're going to try. Oh, no! Looks like my fast time will be a 139.9 on the 125. All right, we're over on the 250 now. I can already tell I've done a little bit of time, that the hard part about the 250 is going to be, and the 450 now, is obviously going to be overriding the track. I didn't realize how easy it was going to be to override the track on these bigger bikes. I don't know, man. I think this is going to be kind of interesting. I think the 125 is going to have kind of a decent shot here, man. I think it's going to be a lot harder for me to make clean laps and make use of especially the 450. I think it's going to be hard for me to make use of all that power on this track. Okay, well, as I was just saying, it's going to be hard for me to do clean laps. My first lap on the 250, which was not nearly as you know, precise or as clean as I'd like it to be, was over a second faster than the 125. So clearly the 250 is going to be a better choice. Oh yeah, is going to be a better choice here than the 125. But now, you know, and I think we all kind of expected that. But what I'm curious to see is the 250 and the 450 is what's that going to look like, you know? I'm still kind of going for heaters here because I want to put down, just because I beat my 125 lap, I still want to put down, you know, as fast as lap as I can on the 250. Oh, I'm a little off course there, but since we're still kind of going up against the 450 here, I'm curious to see. Oh, interesting line choice, but you know, we made it work. I did go inside there that last lap, and it actually, the outside seemed to work out better. I'm almost 2 seconds up, man, on my previous time, and that was really sloppy. I think I could, you know, I think I could even cut this down more if I was just clean. So we ran a 36.4 on a 250. Have to be really clean through here. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're gonna call the 250 a 136.4. I think that's the best time. Okay, so I've done 1 lap on the 450 here, and I can already tell this is gonna be a struggle bus. Like, I feel fast, but it is hard to not override this track. I'm really curious. Like, I can tell that this thing cranks down the straights, but like, dude, look, I'm over jumping everything, and I don't know how that's gonna do like that. Oh, like, see, man, this setup is so good though, by the way. This is my hurl setup. It just chunks everything. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be faster, but I don't know. It feels fast, I can tell you that. It feels a lot faster. Down the straights, it certainly feels faster. I'm just wondering if I'm not able to keep my momentum as much, and like all these over jumps like that, like I could have went to the inside there. I don't know. I'm curious to see what when we come across here. It feels fast, boys, I can tell you that. Oh! Oh, yeah! Oh my gosh, this thing barks. This bike has... Oh! Okay, so as you can see, I actually threw that lap away right at the end, which is chunked. I guess what I'm coming to figure out here is if I can put a good lap together, I think the 450 will beat the 250. But I think the hard thing is just going to be, it's so much harder on the track like this to be consistent on a 450. I mean, it's hard. I think it's harder to be consistent on a 450 in general. But when you're flat landing everything, because the bike's so much faster, it's really hard. It is interesting though. I feel like I can kind of toss it into those insides sometimes a little bit easier. Like if I'm set up, and then the 450 just pulls through these kind of sections. It's just, oh gosh, it's just gonna be a matter of, can I be consistent on it? I think what makes this track so challenging, especially for 450s, is the corners have big hooks in them. You know, they like are kind of rounded, and then they just hook really bad towards a straight. And it feels like all the corners are like that. They're not really, they're like C's, you know, instead of like U's. Wait, does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. Alright, this is my last attempt here. I just did this lap right here, and I threw it away in that corner, so we're just gonna go extra slow through there. We're already up on our time. Not gonna do anything crazy. I don't want to jeopardize that we're up on our lap. We're gonna go slow. This is one of those tracks that is just smooth as fast, baby. I mean, at least on the 450. The 125, I was like hung out the whole time. Ooh, kind of OJ'd that. Oh my gosh, dude, it's so hard to be consistent on the 450s. They're just so fast. Lost some time through there, kind of overjumped that. Oh, got a good drive there though. That's that clutch work, boys. If you guys don't use your clutch in this game, you're throwing. Oh gosh, we're scaring me right now, boys. I think we can do it though. This is my last lap. Do not throw it away in this corner, Daddy. Oh, Grandma. Oh, 36. Oh no. Oh my gosh, we barely did it. Okay, boys, I was thinking, wait, so if the 250 was consistent and my pick, but I wanted the 450 power, why not try the 350 and see what it does? And I'm kind of on a burner right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna come across the line in. But remember, our fast times are 36.0. Wait, I'm not gonna lie, boys, I actually feel really good on this bike. It feels really, like, it actually feels like the perfect blend of power and like agility that the 250 has. And I'm not really running a setup. I have swing arm 2 on, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So I'm curious to see what this thing can throw down as lap times. I did not plan on doing this, but I was just I kind of forgot about this bike, but I figured, you know, what the heck? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what kind of lap times it throws down, you know? Okay, so we ran a 37.1 with some mistakes. So that's interesting. It's not like I felt like that lap was so fast, but it wasn't as fast as a 250 and wasn't as fast as a 450. So it's interesting. It's like I feel like I'm going fast, but the lap time's not showing. Now I did make a couple mistakes, so let's see if we can clean our lap up a little bit. I can tell one thing I'm struggling with on this bike is setup. Like, not that you don't really need a setup. Their setups aren't gonna make you fast, but they can definitely help. And I'm just not really familiar with this bike. You know what I mean? I haven't spent a lot of time on this bike at all. This is the first time I've ridden this bike since the tire update. Oh, as we over jumped that. Okay, we're gonna slow down. Oh, we are gonna make that. Actually kind of worked out. All right, this is gonna be our bet. This is my last lap too. We're right at that 10-minute mark, so I want to see what can we do. Are we gonna be able to break into the 36s? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. So we ran a 36.43. Okay, so on the left we have the fast times for all 4 bikes, and on the right we have the ideal times for all 4 bikes. This is actually pretty interesting. The 350 and 250 were almost identical in fast lap, but were just edged out by about 4/10 by the big boy 450. But what I think is super interesting is that the ideal time on the 350 was actually 2/10 faster than any bike. Does that mean if I didn't suck, the 350 would be the best bike? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Peace.